I'm Caleb Bidoff, and I'm going to be telling the story of trouble. Once, a long time ago, the alligators had beautiful, smooth, golden skin. They had the easiest life of all the creatures. During the day, they would sun themselves on the banks or chase rabbits for a snack. If that got too hot and tiring for them, they would slide into the water to cool off. One hot summer day, when all the alligators were lazing in the water, a rabbit came hopping along the bank. When he saw those alligators, he jumped back. You see, not long before, he had had his tail bitten off by those same alligators, and he was coming to pay them back. So, he started singing like he didn't have a care in the world. Trouble, oh trouble, trouble's in the air. Trouble, oh trouble, trouble's everywhere. Now trouble is a teacher, it's just like a friend. It won't be long before we see it again. No, you're not living if you don't have strife. 'Cause if you don't know trouble, then you don't know life. When the king of the alligators heard this happy little tune, he called out, "Hey, rabbit, what's this trouble thing you're singing about?" Trouble? You mean to tell me you've never heard of trouble? No, never heard of it. We don't kind of swamp much. We just sit and eat and laze around in the sun all day. But we do like to hear about new things. Things like this here. Trouble. Oh, I can tell you about trouble. I've seen it lots of times. I've seen trouble as wide as a river, or narrow as a sliver, big as the sky, or small as a fly. Once you see trouble, you'll never be the same. That sounds exciting. Sounds like something I would like to see. You want to see trouble? Yeah. Could you show me some? Well, let me think. You and all your family meet me in the center of the hayfield in the morning. Yes, sir. We'll all be there, looking for trouble. See you then. Trouble, oh trouble, trouble's everywhere. The next morning, not long before the sun touched the top of the gum tree, the king of the alligators got up on a big cypress stump and sang out in his big bass voice. "Alligators, gather round. We're gonna see trouble, won't you come on down?" And all the mama and papa alligators answered, "Alligators, gather round. We're gonna see trouble, won't you come on down?" And all the baby alligators answered, "Alligators, gather round. We're going to see trouble, won't you come on down?" So all the alligators gathered on the banks and started off. It was the finest jamboree of alligators the creatures of the swamp have ever seen. Big ones, little ones, fat ones, skinny ones, all parading to the hayfield, their golden skin shining in the sunlight. Rabbit was there, waiting to meet them. "Rabbit, have you brought trouble with you?" "Yes, sir, Bobtail, I brought you big trouble, just like I said I would. Now, gather all the gators in the center of the field, and I'll send trouble out to meet you." So all the alligators bunched together in the center of the field, where the grass was high and the grass was dry. Meanwhile, Rabbit hopped off to a far corner of the field, pulled out a kitchen match, and started a fire in the grass. Then, he hopped off to another corner of the field and started another fire. Soon he had fires burning all around the edge of the dry hayfield. One of the alligators saw the fire and said, "Hey, what's that pretty red stuff coming this way?" "That must be the trouble that Rabbit is bringing to us." The fire got closer, and the fire got hotter. My, it's warm and rosy. Trouble makes you feel all nice and cozy." The fire got closer, and the fire got hotter. My, isn't trouble hot? Feels like the sun on a big hot rock. And the fire got closer still, and the fire got hotter still. Ma! It's biting me! Trouble feels like a swarm of bees! The king of the alligators yelled out, I've had about as much of this trouble as I can stand! Let's get out of here! The alligators dig to the left and to the right. They dig backwards and forwards, but there was fire all around. Then the king of the alligators yelled out, Follow me! And plowed through the burning grass. All the other alligators followed along behind him until they reached the banks of the river. One by one, the alligators slithered off the banks and flopped into the water, sizzling and crackling as they hit. Ah, that water was cool and calm and comforting. Yes, sir, they were home. As they lay in the water feeling good, they looked around at each other. Their skin turned all dark grayish green, covered with cracks and ridges. Just then, Rabbit came hopping along. So, how do you folks like trouble? I told you he was a good teacher. I don't want to learn any more about trouble, Rabbit. It's too late for that now. The first rule of trouble is never trouble till trouble troubles you. And to this day, the alligator stays near the water to cool its rough, cracked skin and stay away from trouble.